As reported, the Ukrainian Defense Forces launched a Neptune missile strike on an aircraft repair plant in Taganrog, where, according to preliminary reports, the missiles hit hangars housing aircraft undergoing repairs. Ukrainian Navy spokesman Dmytro Pletenchuk noted that what is more important than the attack on the Caspian Pipeline Consortium on November the 25th is the operation carried out on November the 29th, during which the pipeline was damaged. This, he said, demonstrates that cooperation with the aggressor state only enhances its ability to finance the war against Ukraine. All actions in this region are aimed at weakening Russia's military-industrial potential, which allows it to continue military operations. Pletenchuk emphasized that, given the ongoing attacks on Ukrainian ports, Ukraine is acting in a mirror manner and will continue to adhere to this approach. A Navy spokesman said that strikes on the aircraft repair plant in Taganrog are becoming systematic. We're continuing our work. For example, the destruction of the Russian aircraft repair plant in Taganrog. This happened on the night of November the 29th, when Ukrainian Navy Neptunes hit hangars containing aircraft at the plant. This is the same plant where that very A-50 burned the last time we visited it. However, what was on the outside platforms isn't as interesting as what was in the hangars, as there were definitely aircraft in operation there, he added. Anatoly Krapchinsky, Deputy General Director of the Electronic Warfare Equipment Manufacturer and Aviation Expert, says that Beryev's Taganrog plant is the only enterprise in Russia that has modernized and repaired Tu-95MS strategic bombers. He noted that the Beryev plant is the only Russian facility that upgrades and repairs Tu-95MS aircraft that Russia actively uses to launch Kh-101 and Kh-555 cruise missiles at Ukraine. The company previously worked on the A-50 and A-100 projects, but their implementation was halted due to the loss of most of the experimental prototypes and key components, making the restoration of these programs currently impossible. As previously reported, on the night of November the 29th, the Ukrainian Defense Forces carried out a series of successful strikes against key Russian military and economic facilities. According to the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the infrastructure of the Beryev aircraft repair plant in Taganrog, Rostov Oblast, where Tu-95 strategic bombers and A-50 airborne early warning aircraft are modernized, was damaged. During the November 25th night attack in Taganrog, Ukrainian forces also destroyed an experimental A-60 aircraft, an airborne laboratory used by Russia to test laser weapons. The aircraft became the carrier of an airborne version of a megawatt laser, which was planned for launch into space as the 17F-19D Skiff-D. To accommodate the laser system, the basic design of the IL-76 underwent significant modifications. During the project, only 2 prototypes of this experimental system were built in the USSR. The damaged A-60 stood in one place for many years on the territory of the Taganrog-Yuzhny airfield. The Beryev aircraft plant specializes in the development, serial production, modernization and repair of amphibious aircraft and special-purpose aviation systems. In particular, the A-50 airborne early warning and control aircraft. The plant also performs major repairs of Russian Navy aircraft and modernizes Tu-95MSM strategic bombers. The enterprise is part of the United Aircraft Corporation, a subsidiary of the Russian state corporation Rostec. Thanks to a joint project between the Zaporizhia OVA, the Brigade Recruiting Centers, and the regional TCC, the Zaporizhia region is currently seeing a real influx of Colombian fighters. According to the Zaporizhia OVA, among them are 24-year-old Fly, 27-year-old Black, and 34-year-old Bambi, legionnaires fighting side by side with Ukrainian defenders in the 65th Separate Mechanized Brigade, Veliki Lu. We found common ground with them. They understand us, and we understand them. They complete missions on par with our guys, and they spend weeks at a time at zero. This helps our soldiers rest, said the company's senior sergeant, call sign Bublik. It is noted that thousands of Colombians are already officially serving in the Zaporizhia region. Here, they are helping the Ukrainians to massively destroy the Russian armed forces. Here are the best conditions for service and a strong military comradeship. We leave behind our dreams, our families, but with one goal: to continue to protect and fight for this country to be free, said a soldier from Colombia, call sign Fly. Interestingly, the dugouts are equipped with amenities for them: a small kitchen where they prepare food, beds, a generator, and a place to dry clothes. Muka added, "We're on vacation now. Just returned from a mission, and everything went well. We rescued 3 kittens that we brought back from the mission, and they're always with us, close by, giving us a little warmth in this cold. It's a pleasure and a source of pride for me to be in the Ukrainian army." It is important that Colombians have become part of the international front that, together with Ukrainians, is holding the line against the Russian occupiers. An investigation by Die Welt reported that Colombians are undergoing intensive training at a secret training ground before their first rotation on the front lines. The training is conducted in Spanish, facilitating preparations for groups made up of South Americans. According to Ukrainian sources, approximately 2,000 Colombians have already arrived in the country as contract soldiers. Some of the foreigners serve in the International Legion, while others serve in regular infantry units. In addition to Colombians, the contingent also includes Chileans and Brazilians. Approximately 40% of the foreign fighters who arrived in Ukraine are from South America. Foreign volunteers in Ukraine are part of the International Legion, a military unit within the Ukrainian ground forces. Formed in 2022, the Legion has attracted thousands of fighters from over 50 countries, including the US, UK, and Canada, to fight against Russian aggression. For Brazil and Colombia, many are either economic migrants or cartel-related, sent to gain military experience. These are mostly young men of 25 to 35 years. Military tactics have changed fundamentally since 2022. Western veterans who taught the Ukrainians at the start of Russia's war now have to learn new approaches on the front lines.